In class 12 biology, we will see the pregnancy and embryonic development. After implantation, finger-like projection appear on the trophoblasts called the chorionic villi, which are surrounded by the uterus. There is the uterine tissue and maternal blood. The chorionic villi and uterine tissue become integrated. There is with each other and jointly form a structural and functional unit between developing embryo, that is fetus, and internal maternal body called the placenta. The placenta facilitates the supply of oxygen and nutrient to the embryo, and also removal of carbon dioxide and excretory waste material produced by the embryo. So the placenta is connected to the embryo through an umbilical cord, which help in transport of substance to and from the embryo. Placenta also act as an endocrine tissue. There is produces several hormones like human chorionic gonadotropin, HCG, and human placental lactogen, that is HPL, and estrogen, progesterone, etc. So in this latter phase pregnancy, the hormone called relaxin is also secreted from the ovary. So in HCG, HPL, and relaxin are produced in women only during pregnancy. In addition, during pregnancy, the level of other hormones like estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, prolactin, and thyroxine, etc. So increase several folds in the maternal blood. Increased production of this hormone is essential supporting of fetal growth. There is metabolic changes also, mother and maintenance of pregnancy. So immediately after implantation, the inner cell mass differentiate into outer layer, that is the ectoderm, and inner membrane, that is endoderm, and also mesoderm soon appears become the ectoderm and endoderm. These three layers give rise to all tissues, that is in adult. So it needs mentioned here that inner cell mass contains a certain cell called the stem cell, which have the potency to give rise to all kind of tissues and organs. So here actually in case of if we see carefully, the human pregnancy lasts 9 months. After human beings after 1 month of pregnancy, the embryo actually develop into heart formed, and first sign of pregnancy actually the fetus develops into limbs and digit of the carefully ultrasound section. We can see these kind of things through the stethoscope also. Second month of pregnancy, the fetus develop into limbs and digit, and the end of the 12 weeks, that is first trimester, most of the major organ system formed. So these are the first fetus appearance on the hair on the head are usually observed during 5th month. So by this end of 24th week, actually second trimester, the body is covered with fine hair, eyelid separate eyelashes are formed, and month of that the end of the 9 month of pregnancy, the fetus is fully developed, ready to delivery. So what do you mean by parturition? That is the average duration of human pregnancy, the above 9 months, so which is called the gestation period. Vigorous contraction of uterus pregnancy cause the expulsion and delivery of the fetus. The process of delivery of fetus is called parturition, that is childbirth. Parturition induced by the complex neuroendocrine mechanism. The signals for the parturition originate from the fully developed fetus and the placenta, which induce mild uterine contractile, that is called fetal ejection reflex. So after this trigger, release of oxytocin from the maternal pituitary. Oxytocin acts as a uterine muscle and actually causes stronger uterine contraction, which is eventually stimulate the other organ also, and then also then it comes as oxytocin secretion continues, leads to the expulsion of the baby out of the uterus through the birth canal, that is to the parturition. So the mammary gland also female undergo differentiation during pregnancy and producing milk toward the end of pregnancy. That process is called lactation. Helps of mother in feeding the newborn baby. The first milk during the initial few days of lactation is called the colostrum, which actually several antibodies absolutely essential for the developing resistance of newborn babies. So breastfeeding during the initial period of the infant growth is recommended by the doctor for bringing up the healthy body. So today up to that.